for some more light codes on a Sunday. Fun day, fun day. A 1111 day. Last night at the concert, they told everyone to put their ones out. It was all, wake up, it's the first of the month. I just remember that. Hey, in order to keep up with me, you had to see what I post on my community page, my latest live video, and anything in my shorts. Oh, you gotta go see Pac. Ah, I love Pac. Don't you guys love Pac? I know Pac a little too well, I would say, at this point in my freaking soul's evolution. Going back to it, but how well can you know someone? I mean, seriously. At a soul level, there's no secrets. Going back to this, who am I? The High Priestess Phoenix. I am your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, evangelist, North American Sybil. I am your messenger God, his first creation of himself in the feminine form. I am the Lilith reincarnated, which would make me a fully awoken transcendental soul that knows my past, my present, and my future. Da! So what are we looking at? These are the cards that we had in my last video. We didn't get past one card. We took an hour and a half to do one card. Really? Yeah, lots of testimony. And it's been a very active day. Now, I want to start on the most important level. Would this have come to be if I didn't do what I was called to do? I don't know. What is it? I just want to show you something, and it's a pattern now. I proved it. It's a pattern. Something miraculous that happens. The power of manifestation between me and my twin flames. What happens? When I approach these people, these men, my heart speaks its honest truth to a person, just one person, that it never spoke. And through that person, I get to identify how my heart really feels. I get to witness this as this person receives this fucking weird message, whatever it might be. My heart speaks to them, it calls to them, and it tells them my innermost wants and desires. Now, by doing that, I speak my truth. And actually, I would say more or less they're like cataclysms that make me want more, realistically. So let me explain how that works, right? So like, Bobby made me want more. So through him and speaking it to him, I got more. Realistically, yeah. So my house that I'm about to move into, and all of this stuff we're celebrating, came from him, from manifesting from him. Really? I didn't want it until I had got close to him. And then I realized that I needed security and that this was something I wanted. Who cares what reason I wanted it for? I knew I needed this and it was time to grow up and I wanted this. So I planted the seed, right? Then you go further and I see him again. And I want something. Seeing him makes me want more. And so I tell him about more and then I get more. Not from him, but the universe. So then I see another twin flame last night. And through him, through this connection of being around him and being in this atmosphere, I realized I wanted this. I want this connection. I want community again. I want socialism and community. I want this again. Just by being around you, you made me realize I want friendship again. And so, of course, I say I want it from you. But in saying I want it from you, the universe hears it and it gives me it. Even if I don't get a friendship, as soon as I woke up, the very next thing I had was community and friendship. The power of manifestation between us is unreal. Why? Because if you allow it, your heart to tell the truth of what you truly want, you're actually, it causes between us. So like going back to Wolfman, I denied my sexuality, my sexual impulses and desires completely until I came across him. You know what I mean? There were certain things that I denied until I met you. And through you and loving you, I wanted more. Really? Yeah. It's very powerful shit. I was like, wow, bring another one on. This is what we do. Realistically, yeah. You know, that's all it is. It's through one person. You actually pour out your heart. And even if that person isn't listening or isn't the person to respond to the heart's cry, the universe hears it. You spoke your truth. Ask and it shall be given in good accordance. Even if this person can't give it to you, the universe heard you. Oh, I'll open the comments. I forgot about that. So that's what I realized. I wanted to start on that point. Really? Now, would this have all happened? Would she have called me? Yeah, she would have called me. Morgan would have still called me today and all of this, but I wouldn't have been in that different state of mind. I was called to go and do something to step up my spirituality and also go into this situation, which was face the twin flame and do all of this stuff. And what comes out after facing all of that is nothing but empowerment and instant manifestations in a new reality. And that's what we're about to take is our harmonic flight into our paradigm shift. Hold on, people. It's going to be a bumpy ride. Realistically, yeah. So let's start with the card on the left over there, number 29. Save. You're welcome to put your comments in there. Just make sure you come back at the end so I can answer them with you. Because I do go through the comments at the end of the fucking show. Oh no, and if you put something stupid in there, I'm going to show you that you're stupid. And to the person that got me the other day, that was great shit. Don't be punking me. That was so fucking uncomfortable. You got me good. All right. Harmonic flight. Seeing the divine in the eyes of another. Relationship with deep bonds. Karmic connection. Clearing illusionary projections. Life-changing connections. Transmuting disordinance. Removing heart armor. Being seen. Teamwork. Whoa. Did I know all this? No, I ain't got these things fucking memorized. You see how bad I am with the memory game? Really? I mean, seriously, did I know this? No. By the time I pull the cards, it's already energy I've already gone through. That's why I'm so eager to pull it again because it's like, well, I already did that. What comes next? Really? Yeah. So let's go back to this relationship with deep bonds. Okay. Karmic connections, clearing illusionary projections. Now going back to it, why have I never aligned? Why haven't I aligned with him? Because I only align when I'm in a good space. When I'm not in a good space and I'm in the dark night of the soul and I'm dealing with all kinds of shit, I'm not going to go to a concert and put on my face and be festive. I have to be in a good space to align with this person. Realistically, yeah. And it's funny because I'd be over here talking about you guys and your badass vibes. Projection much? Just a little bit much. Anyways, going back to that. Let's see, life-changing connections, and that goes back to Morgan and I spent all day with her. And what happened with the closeness that happened with B, that wouldn't have happened if I didn't, you know what I mean, go to the concert and do all of this shit. Realistically, yeah. And dude, if you've watched my stories, I should have done this. I'm glad I didn't do it last year. They were talking about the fucking weather at Red Rocks sucked ass and they got all wet. I was like, yep, that sounds like my Red Rocks. Hey, Mike, enjoy your show, dickhead. I sold out 2 shows at Red Rocks. Yeah, let the rocks show you. And piss on your fucking parade. All right, moving on. Removing the heart armor, and that's it. So after it, you got to know, I got to send a message. I got to say something. I wanted it to be quick and simple. I'll just catch him after the show. Thank you so much, blah, 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 and just leave. Then you don't got to add no extra. But then I'm like, oh, I got to tell him how grateful and all of these, hit all these pointers. And it's like, oh, I don't want to. And I'm like, nah, but I got to do the right thing. You got to send that thank you letter. You know what I mean? It becomes a fucking letter for sure. And that's removing the heart armor. It's like, all right. And that's what I said. I think I've said this before, but I'm going to say this again. I'd like to get to know you better. And that's hard to do because, you know what I mean? Like, an artist is liked for for their job. Asking them to get to know them outside of their job, that's not really what they do. They have to give themselves at work, not outside of work. And that's just kind of like me. It's like, I don't want to be, you know what I mean, doing spirituality outside of when I'm doing it. Like when I'm not doing it, I don't want to do that. realistically. Yeah, and that's what I kind of liked about Bobby is I didn't speak about spirituality at all with him. And then he started to do it just as a conversation, probably just to get on my good side. But it was okay. It's like I don't really, because one thing leads to another, and before you know it, I'm over here with charts and fucking dates and what's your sign and you're gonna die. Leave your life and all this bullshit. Realistically, something stupid like that. Anyways, so that's removing the heart armor, being seen, teamwork. All right, so this is where it works. This is what I mean. So I tell Morgan, and I was like, Morgan, I really wanted her to move in. She's like, bro, I got an application for her. So then I tell her, and she gives her and she's like, dude, I have a new caseworker that can help me get in. Tell Morgan. Morgan's like, I bet you, or ask her if she has the same one. And we didn't talk. So then she calls. She's like, she has the same caseworker that got Morgan in. So it was like, that's teamwork, bro. It was like, was this all going to happen if we didn't get all close and shit, though? That's what I mean, is it all became teamwork. And it all became from, I didn't really want it until I was in that energy. And then I was like, this is good. I want this again. I want fellowship. Really? And then it just instantly appeared. Really? Through Bobby, I was able, last time I saw him and shit, it wasn't through him, but right after I had gotten all of this inspiration, I was like, all right, well, the holidays are coming, so I need to manifest me some jobs and some future. And I instantly got all of that shit. Actually, I think he came when I wasn't working. Maybe, no, I can't remember. But anyways, that's how it works, is like, through this person, you like go harder. You like let your guard down and you want to go into a different place that you don't normally go. And even though it's uncomfortable, like the universe honors that. Even if that person, it's just the person goes running the opposite direction. Really? Yeah. I mean, at the same time, and that's where it's like, you're so bold. I mean, my heart is telling me to be bold. My mind is like, do not put that word in that sentence and send that message. And I'm like, oh, and then I sit with the phone afterwards and I'm like, I'm going to die. The mind kicks in, but the heart's like all driven, like you can do this. And then good shit comes. I just had to show you that. Okay, on page 80. The powerful image represents the divine we see when we look deeply into the eyes of another and our armor drops. Oh, this could be very romantic, isn't it though? Hey, bro, it just happens. Realistically, nah, it just happens, bro. I saw it happen to Tree. It just happened. We were just friends, bro. We were just, I don't know when it happened for him, but I fucking looked over at my release party and he's looking at me like he's giving me the I love you eyes. He doesn't have to say it, bro. His eyes are saying it. I'm in the middle of a conversation and I look over to see his response and he's got it in his eyes. And it's so loud that I jump and I shift and the energy completely between the two of us, what happens in that room, all of a sudden everybody breaks up and the song's over and the dance is over and everybody leaves. And I look around to say goodbye to people and he's already ran too. And I go to run to talk to him about it in the car. I'm like, wait, what was that? And he's trying to hide himself, like he's putting his hand over his face and shit. He's like, no, it was nothing. I was like, nah, what was that? I saw something. What was that? He's like, nah, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Tomorrow never came. And when I did talk to him about it, he's like, you are crazy. You're making this whole thing up. He played off my mental illness and tried to say that me offering him a chance was me being delusional. Bro, I looked up and you were in love. And how long have you been in love? And they already thought we were fucking. You've been fucking me in your head for how long? I already seen these images in my intuition. This is all making sense. And now my spirit's telling me to give your punk ass a chance. I don't want to do any of this. Then they put me on your Instagram and try to make me see how sexy you are. Oh, fuck me. Do it, and then you fucking humiliate me at where? Right in front of Hypnotic where you're not supposed to be. I'm supposed to be here with him, and he's offering me a show, and you're trying to show off. You think I don't got a memory? Motherfucker. Shit. Really? These twin flames. At this time, I'm not, me and Hypnotic are just friends. It's not activated. It doesn't activate immediately. No. Nothing happened with me and Marshall all those years ago. Nothing. That shit didn't even it didn't even happen in the beginning. It comes later. the soul recognition comes later, and it's like, oh shit. And the heart's telling me to do some shit, that some bold ass, bitch ass, fucked up shit. And I do it, and it's like the crowd goes wild. Really? Yeah. I didn't want even a man. I didn't even want to deal with my pain, my suffering. I was completely crazy and didn't care about any of this shit until I start meeting these men and start healing myself. Why? I don't know. You meet someone that makes you want to be better. And you have no control over it, because it's not really like, that's not exactly how it happens. It makes you better, but that's not what happens. And I've documented this whole shit. It's a fucking heart-wrenching fucking situation here where it's completely mind devastating. And the other person on the outside is very sure you're crazy. Why'd you ask me to leave my wife? Why are you sleeping with me? You know what I mean? You're making me look crazy, bro. You're making me look crazy. Fucking tree. No, you made it all. You weren't even supposed to be at that show, you stalker. You fucking Jesus freak. Fucking freak. Realistically, they'd be acting like I'm crazy. Russ, you're fucking crazy. And I made this up. You fucking crazy. And then I'm super embarrassed about you. Oh, man, am I embarrassed about you. Man, at least Allie's beautiful, and who wouldn't love Allie? Who wouldn't love these guys? Then you got fucking Bust the Russ. Oh my God, please God, I prayed. I did every kind of magic. I did every incantation. If there was a devil, I was looking for him to sell my soul and whatever contract I had to this guy. Don't make me like or love him. I can't even. It hurts my very being. You're hurting my personality. You're hurting my ego. You're hurting my pride to give kindness to this fucking douchebag. Really? Yeah. It's been great. I love you, Russ. Had to give in. Really? Oh, it's terrible. But so when I'm looking in the eyes of another, I was like, well, this one wasn't so traumatic. Dramatic. Good Lord. In the sense of, no, you know, someone gets in your eye, and that's what Bobby did. Bobby, why'd you do that? I wasn't even looking at him like that. And then you try to put him in this high honor. It's like, he's a cool guy. I want to hang out with him. And I'm like, everybody likes him but me. What's wrong with me? And then I still don't like you. But, you know, something like that. They're like, you know, fucking Brian is a sexy beast. But I didn't look at him like that till I start looking. And I'm like, oh, dude, don't look at them like that. Don't this in your, don't do You guys be looking for love. I'd be like looking for a way out of it. It just happens. And I'm like fucking heartthrob and shit. And I'm going to fucking make love to your body and make you breakfast and give you babies. This is all scary to me and at the other person, whoever they might be. I'm like, don't do this. And this is what I do as I pull my shirt down, my pants up. Don't you love this? I make some great movies, bro. Not the Kim Kardashian. Haven't got good sex yet. And then you got Big Dick Davison over here. Fucking Uncle Nasty. I told you he's nasty, bro. Hades is nasty. And he's over there trying to figure out how he's going to, because I made a big old show. I told Morgan, like, I'm not doing it. I want a hard dick, ready when I want it and to lasting for as long as I want. I'm tired of this. That's bullshit. I can fucking do all these great tricks and your ass can't even fucking. So now he's questioning his ability to please a woman. Yeah, it doesn't. You're not pleasing me. Really? Yeah, I'm terrifying, aren't I, though? God made me a whole mess. And he's like, go get him. Shit. I just give in as much as I can. There's always this holdback, but I know I got to do this shit. Why? Because it'll make my life better. Go love somebody. Why? Because I wasn't giving nobody no love. You get no love. I'm more fun loving than I'm not, right? Really? Though. Okay. Looking in the eyes. I don't know. I didn't like stare into his eyes. But I swear he's got a hug that you could just like die in his arms. It's the best hug in my life. Really? I always tell him that's all I want, and that's all I get when I get there. Maybe if I told him I wanted more, I could get more. I didn't want more. I really didn't. All right, this powerful image represents the divine we see when we look deeply into the eyes of another and our armor drops. When we meet another being, present and in the moment, with no stories, judgments, or insecurities. I felt a little overwhelmed and intimidated when I painted this card. I wasn't quite ready or fully didn't fully fathom the message. Then, some months later, I experienced it when I was looking into the eyes of my beloved. That's what fucking Tree was screaming at me at. This is a whole story. It's so weird. And Brian took a picture. Brian, I didn't have to be psychic, dude. I mean, I wish I would. I missed it. I didn't. I was aware, but I didn't. I didn't know. I was fully aware you were right there. I just felt that I had already missed the first part of the show and I really came for it. So it was better for me to just dance. And I wasn't trying to put a show on. But I told Morgan, she's like, why didn't you just go walk up to him? I was like, I don't know. I couldn't be in two places. I was more about being there and enjoying what I came to do. But I didn't. And it's really funny. Going back to the show. So this is the thing. So this is really, it's so weird going back to these memories of what happened, memory lane. I'm going through an awakening and I'm like, Bobby is my twin flame, right? And I'm dealing with Bobby at this time. But obviously, Tree is falling in love with me. And he's like, all of this shit. So I try to come at him and he shuts me down and says that I made it all up and I'm crazy. So I turn around and I was like, fine. And I do what I always do. And I told him to fuck off and I blocked him and I unfriended him and I told him to leave me alone like I do all the time. Fine. So then that night he knew I was going to a show. Hypnotic was having a show there. And I don't know why I was going. I don't think I performed, but I was going there. He knew I was going. And all of a sudden he shows up at the show and all of a sudden he's going to perform at the show. He just wienered his way into this place where I was supposed to be the very next night. And he's all fucking coked out and he's acting fucking crazy. And he's all sitting there and I'm talking about my twin flame and he's not your twin flame. He's not your twin flame. He's just being a lunatic, bro. It was such a homicidal scene. It was the last time I saw that douchebag, dude. He was such a weirdo. And the whole time I was there to go see Hypnotic, and I had a great time seeing him. And what I'm thinking about is I remember you took a picture of us. Like there was no reason for me to be in the picture, but you told me to get in the picture, and I never saw you post that picture. Realistically, do you be watching? I don't know. I just move on. It's like I be thinking people forget about me, but they don't. I forget about you. So you could be watching all this shit and I have no fucking clue. Realistically, I mean, what's better to watch than my crazy fucking life, really though? So anyways, going back to it, I'm like, this is crazy. Really? Yeah. This fucking looking into the eyes. That's why I said last night, I'm going to wear some sunglasses, bro, so nobody can have a soul connection with me. No, we're not getting all eye locked and, all of that. I'm not looking into your soul. Vice versa. Anyways, when we meet another being present in the moment with no stories, judgments, or insecurities. That's what that means, right? So she talks about meeting her beloved. Shortly after, I encountered the divine in the eyes of a stranger, when space was held for this surrender openness. It happened with Russ, bro. I swear to you, I stood in front of him at a concert. I never heard a Russ song in my fucking life. I don't even know this douchebag. I was supposed to just be picking up people outside of the concert. And it wasn't a Russ concert, it was the YG concert. And so I got there early, an accident that was perfectly planned because I'm dressed for success. So I parked my car and my spirit says, buy a ticket and go inside. I'm like fucking 10 rows away from him. And I'm like, I've never heard him before. He's singing his greatest music and I make this, something happens. Next thing you know, I'm in his DMs like I've known this motherfucker my whole motherfucking life. He was always there. So then when I go through the Bobby situation, he's there going through it with me. And then he does all this. Oh, don't get me started. These fucking guys. I've been dragging these guys along for how long? I don't know. It's even scarier because I started contacting fucking Marshall in the DMs when I started writing music in 2018. But I met Bobby back in 2017. How long have they been around? Just because I moved on doesn't mean they didn't. Bobby came back 5 years later. And I'm like, where did you come from? Did I just come up on your recommended list, or have you been watching me all these fucking years? Of course, he don't answer no direct questions. He can't answer shit. So he never told me that. But it's like these people, like, I'd be like, I forget you. I don't think I'm unforgettable. I don't know how this works, but I'm just saying, really? It just happens. I was like, I don't know what's going to happen when we align, and that'd be scaring the shit out of me. Really? Mm-hmm. Yep, it's like a planetary alignment, and it's like it's like it's crazy. It's absolute craziness. And then that was like, putting me and Russ together on Red Rocks. They were never gonna do it, dude. They did everything to make sure I didn't go up there and fucking you slaughter him on the rocks, dude. It would have been a Russ on the rocks, please. Russ on the rocks. What is that? It's my new drink. Rim around the rosy here. Really? Nah, I wasn't healed for that. Seriously, we're not ready to align. I'm not in a healthy place to align with you right now, and that's just how it is. I don't align with you until my heart says it's time to go and reach out. I'd be like, you're the farthest thing from my mind. I'm dealing with life. And then it's like you become like my heart just goes and you're important and I have to focus on you. And this isn't very important for me and I hope for you, or you're just a pawn and that just gets used. I don't know. I look at them, I'm like, are you all right over there? I was just trying to love you. That's how it all starts, anyways. Really? This fucking dangerous heart of mine. All right, so she said the divine of the eyes of a stranger. When we see the person standing before us as the gods and the goddesses they are, it is a reminder that we are what we perceive in others. But also, when we drop into the mindless space of pure essence, we might see the world seeing us, seeing them, see the infinite eternal, allowing all that is. Many people are seeking their twin flame. Oh my God, it's the twin flame card. I should have saw that coming, right? As life-changing, world-rocking, and unfathomable, beautiful finding this soul can be, it is quite possible one of the most intensely confronting, trigger-provoking, and sometimes painful connections we can have. And that's what it is. It's unbelievably exciting to what you feel, but what comes from it is, oh man. And that's what I tried to tell fucking Wolfman. Welcome to the twin flame journey. This is terrible, isn't it though? And you can't get away from it. It's not like a regular relationship where you could just bury that motherfucker 10 feet in the ground. It's your heart. It was never in real life. It's inside of you. It's like your own thoughts, but it's worse. It's like it's stronger than your thoughts. And it makes you think you're crazy, bro. It drives you crazy. And it makes you like, it breaks down your fucking ego. It breaks down your pride. It makes you give into this feeling for an absolute fucking stranger. Stranger danger. Stranger danger. I don't care what you say, bro. I had no memories of Bobby. There is no reason for me to fucking love him or any of them the way that it is. I don't even fucking know you, bro. I don't even know your shoe size. I don't know what you do. I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing. Hey, I want to go back to that. Why do I have such anxiety about being in a space with you? Because all I do is space out. Like, if you came in, I just space out. So I don't know what I'm supposed to do with you. Like, I don't know, like, am I supposed to, like, are you a kid? Do I put on TV? Like, I don't do that type of shit. I literally be spaced out all day. So the idea of bringing someone in, it's like babysitting to me. I don't know how to entertain you. That's what the idea is in my head. Like, inviting someone to my house, what do I do with them? Do we like play board games? Like, what am I supposed to do to keep you entertained so I don't just space out? Do we talk the whole time? That's a lot of talking. What do we do? Like, do we Netflix and chill? Because they say that ends up in sex. If I offer that as like, that's a sex move. Like, what is this? Do I feed you? And what do we do here? I don't know. Really? Social anxiety. What'd you think, right? I have anxiety. I don't have, closeness with people, so I don't really know how to do this. Realistically, I'm just saying. And when it comes to a twin flame, it's like, bro, what the fuck is wrong with me? And really, most twin flames, especially a divine feminine that is literally, sound of mind, usually starts seeking fucking mental health, awareness and diagnoses at this point. You start wondering what's wrong with you. Like, something's wrong with you, bro. Something's wrong. I would never act like this. I don't act like this. What the fuck is wrong with me? Oh my God, dude, it's unreal, dude. You have no control over it. You're like, oh my God, I have no idea where that came from. Really? Yeah. And then there's somebody on the other side, a complete stranger, that's like stranger danger. Do you feel comfortable with this? Obviously not. They become a runner. They're running away from you. You're like some fucking Stan. That's not my name. I can't wait to tell this documentary. I mean, I'm not telling all that. None of that. Realistically, no, we're not going to start with that. Why? Because they're not ready for that, dude. I'm not going to start with, hi, my name is, and then I start showing these fucking, these mugshots of my twin flames. Now we'll save that for later when I'm all, then you'll be honored to be part of the story. Right now, not so much. Realistically, no, we'll leave that. We'll try to. I mean, you're a huge part, but let's try to leave it out. We're going to just leave them as letters. You know what I mean? Twin flame A, B, C, D. Who gets the D? I could give you numbers. On a scale from 1 to 12, what is he? Sorry, I'm just having fun. Confirmation. Too much fun. I mean, it wasn't, dude. I hated this. I hate it. I can't get rid of them. I'm stuck with them forever. For real? Yeah. You see Bruno? Yeah. Bruno's rolling out looking stupid right about now. We never talk about Bruno, but Bruno's one of my twins. Really? Swear to Bob. What is that about? Who fucking knows? But there will be a time, and that's it. I was allowed to see them and know all of them, but not know why. Not know what or why. Really? No. We figured that along the way. Really? It's a game of Clue. It was Mr. Plum with the revolver in the observatory. It's more like a national treasure. Going back to this, yeah, it was great. And going back to Brian, I watched him perform. Like, are you serious? Yeah, he's been a huge thing in Denver since, like, I was always at summer jams. I was always at the concerts and shit. Did I know him personally? No, that came later when I became an artist. Then I knew him, you know what I mean? And in essence, I could have been one of his proteges, just like Miggs, because I was taking it serious and I had good music and I was, you know what I mean? He believed in me and was, pushing me like every other artist that he does. And it could have been a great thing, but I went, all cuckoo for fucking God and left and went the other direction with all of this. Really? Yeah. It's like I knew you before, all of that shit. Realistically, yeah. I didn't have no fucking soul ties. I was definitely not attracted, and I didn't feel like I was one of, the stands. I knew his songs and shit. I wasn't like a fucking maniac that had his pictures on my wall or anything weird like that. None of that. And you still ain't gonna catch. Okay, when I was in this really lovey-dovey, I had a picture of him on my phone. This is a good picture. He looks really good in that picture. He's gotten better with age. I was definitely not attracted to him before. Realistically, no. Moving on. You're like, dude, you did all this? Yeah, they fell in love with them and left them and fell in love with another. And it just kept happening. And that's what they've been dealing with. I love them all, and they're afraid of the next one to come. It just keeps happening. Really? Yeah. As Bobby said, I don't want to get caught in the wake of these men. Wake up. It's the first of the... It wasn't supposed to be like that, realistically. I mean, I don't know. Moving on. Many people are seeking their twin flame. As life-changing and suck-ass as it is, those who are most dear to us can bring us our greatest growth. This is why spending extended periods with a family can be challenging. When we can see and be seen, disarmored and trusting, we can come to a deeper love. And that's really what it is with them. I let my guard down. I'm totally vulnerable, and a side of me that I don't even know. My shadow comes out. A side of me that I don't know comes out with them. Feels feels free enough to be seen with them. Really? Mm-hmm. However, this deepening process can trigger us to release the outdated and unhealthy patterns. And realistically, they were never going to align me with him with those very unhealthy patterns. Why? Because he's undeserving of that. He's a very kind man. That's just like Lewis and Allie. I'm never going to align with them until I get real kind. Like I have full control over this. If I just be snapping like, nah, because it'll break them. There's kind people like there where you could really hurt them for life with your words. They're just not built for it, bro. They don't have the skin. They don't have it. Realistically, no. You have to be in an empress mode to deal with an empress. You can't be a hard thug dealing with a kid. You have to take it all off. You have to be really vulnerable to deal with very vulnerable people. And that's what the difference is for the guys to deal with me, they have to be very vulnerable to deal with me. All that shit don't work. You can't do that. You're going to get a bad effect on me if you fucking flare up like a fucking asshole and try to be all manly on me or try to flex on me or try to do those things that typically all women love. And that's what I mean about this fucking twin flame shit. All your unhealthy patterns that have always worked up until now, you become aware of them and you change them based on the person that's standing in front of you. And it's kind of mean. You go back to ex-husbands. I never even none of this. I didn't feel any of this and didn't respect them. None of this happened to men that I sacrificed my life to. Said I was going to give them a whole life to. Didn't happen. But strangers, I was willing to change everything about me for an absolute stranger. And that's really hurtful. But it's like, it's only through you did I even recognize what was wrong with me. I never even recognized it. You know what I mean? And that's the cool thing about these. But it's painful. I already know if I'm being called to you, I'm being called to face a part of myself and I'm going to have to heal. And this is going to be fucking painful. It's going to be joyful because ultimately my heart wants to be around you. And if I can fight this and be around you, it's going to hurt, but it's going to feel good. Really? Mm-hmm. Really? Yeah, that's what it is. Thus, shadows may be brought to the surface to heal. When we feel safe in the arms of our beloved, our defenses yield, so we may fall further into our hearts. And that's really what it was. Something about Bobby, I was able to be honest. He's like, "What do you want?" Instead of pretending and saying, "Oh, I just want a friend with benefits," I told him what I really wanted. I was able to be truthful and honest. And not because he earned it, but it's just that's where the heart felt safe to tell the truth. Going back to Russ, he was the first one I told. I didn't even tell Bobby about my sexual trauma. I told Russ that I had had sexual trauma and that I only had one memory of Bobby. It was like I finally found someone that I felt safe to open myself up to, and that just kept happening. But there would be this place where it was like, I couldn't open up anymore and there was no more healing, and that's where the contract kind of ends. But it doesn't. It's just, you know what I mean? I was called to more healing through a different person. And that's where we become the family and you start to understand it. And I think, some of them have for this long, especially Marshall. It's like they're not going anywhere. In essence, we're a family in this. Really? Yeah, but it didn't start like that. It starts as a man and a woman that can't control her feelings for a man, if that's what you want to look at. It's how it starts. And it turns into something far greater. And the definition of a twin flame, realistically, is through this person, you learn unconditional love for yourself and for others, and you're brought back to the oneness, which is God. And I can prove it worked. But it wasn't just one. Most people believe there's only one, and it could be. I don't know. I'm the Lilith. I'm a goddess. I didn't have one partner in time for the rest of my life, and that's because I evolved. But I can tell you with certainty that Marshall was present in so many of my lives as that partner, meaning he kept evolving with me. So it's not like he was my most, he's my strongest twin flame, because they all are, and I can prove it. You can see this all the way around it. So there are people, and that's when I came to the twin flame community that I was part of, and they were, you know what I mean, they were nurturing to me, and I'm like, hold on. And I tried to tell them, first off, this is a karmic twin flame, and you have to break free from this to meet your real twin flame, and that we have more than one. They all turned on me, but I could prove it because I had multiples. And they didn't, they only had one, because they didn't do the healing with the first one to even meet the second one in time. I truly believe that you didn't stay with one your whole life. And right now, most of us are collecting our past lives. You have multiple soul ties here at one time. They won't play. I promise you, I truly believe it. So when I brought this new theory, which wasn't a theory, it was proven on my side, to the twin flame community, like fucking Turning Tides Tarot, Lunar Eclipse Tarot, all of these fucking bitches in the beginning, they thought I was crazy, and they told me to go fuck myself because I'm telling them to walk away and to break these karmic ties. But I showed you what brings me and Marshall together? A karmic tie. What brings me and fucking Bobby together? A karmic tie. What brings us together? Not all of them are karmic, though. Some of them are here, you know what I mean, for that, but not all of them. But through each of them, we learn hard lessons about ourselves. We learn surrender. We have to take off our ego and be less, and that's what I noticed. It's like I'm standoffish with him. I'm not as dominant with him as I am with everyone else. When he comes around, I'm more passive. I just noticed it. It's not even that. It's funny because I didn't see it happen. I was outside and I'm sitting there, and there's crowds of people that are talking to me, and he walks out to go do something, and then the crowds are talking to him, and he's sitting there taking pictures, and I'm looking at him, and he's looking at me, and people are talking to me, and it's like we draw our own crowds, but then there's this bow of submission to the, you know what I mean, to the truth of it. It's like, I'm powerful without you, and you're powerful without me, and together we're a powerful force, but we're not over powerful. We just sit in the good energy of what it is. You know what I mean? I feel really bad for not praying over Tef. I saw him, and that was my first instinct, was just to ask him, can I pray? And all I would have to do is put my hands on him, but instead I put my hands on it was brief in time. That's just what it is. It's really important. And I didn't know that Bobby was I didn't even know what a twin flame was until I told this story to one of my passengers. And she told me, I think you met your twin flame. And I started researching it right then. And I sent him all the information, and I was positive after that. It was just one night. This woman said it, and I was like, this is everything I've been feeling. This is everything. So then I started making music. I started understanding what I was going through. At least it made me understand, because at that point I was, why am I so attracted to someone I don't know? And I kept badgering him like we had a past that he wasn't telling me. Like there was some reason that I felt this way. I felt like, and he didn't want to tell me that all we were doing was fucking. He didn't want to tell me the truth. He couldn't tell me. He just liked the attention, and he didn't know where it was coming from. And neither did I until I figured this all out. And I was like, okay. And then God started putting the pieces, the past lives started activating. And I was like, okay. But nah, you don't fucking know who the fuck this is. And you don't see it coming. That's for sure. That's for sure. And it's not something that you've ever felt before. And that's what I said. I was married, and supposedly, I never felt like this towards a person ever. Never, ever. Well, and even considering I didn't feel any other feelings, I know that for sure, though. No way. Because I didn't act like this with them. It makes you, by pattern, you'll act your way that you do with them, but then you become aware of it and how appalling it is, and you try to retract it and heal it and apologize for it and, deal with it. For the first time ever, you're aware of your behaviors. Right, Marsha Mathers? Right? All right. It can seem as if our partner is provoking difficulties, bringing up things, and making it feel like our whole world is about to fall apart. And that's it. Why don't you just go away? You're just making this terrible, dude. You're making this terrible. Every time you come around, I fall apart. Shut up. fucking stupid songs. Realistically, I mean, I want to love you, but it's so painful. My thoughts start hurting. My fucking everything hurts just trying to get close to this person. It brings up everything. At this point, we may want to retreat, but if we can truly be present, and I did that, I kept running from him. I didn't want to face this feeling of wanting to get next to him and what it would take. I kept running and I kept running. I didn't want to deal with it, and there was nowhere to run. It was inside. I have so many videos of waking up with him on my chest and me fighting God, screaming, just make it go away. Just make it go away. I have hated this fucking ride, bro. You can see me cry about it on so many Monday. It's in Mondays. It hurts the most. I don't want to love you, but what I want most is to love you. Like, I want to love you so bad, but I don't want to do this. I don't like what it's doing to me. And all I want to do is love you. And I'm trying everything I can to stop this. It tears me apart. It is the most wretched thing you'll see. And it's through here. And that's what it does, is it tears me apart to where I break free. My heart wins. It's painful, but I have to go through my brain, and that's the surrender. I can't not give in to this feeling. But know, by the time I'm contacting you, I've been drugged through the dirt. I can't not give in anymore. I've already tried for too long. By the time I'm messaging you, it's over. I've already surrendered. And that's kind of what it is with Bobby. I was like, all right, I'm just going to give in to this. I can't stop this because you're married. I have to give into this. I want to see you. I want to see what it is that my heart wants. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, I didn't know I was going to do that. And I'm like, did you know? Yeah, he knew. He knew what I wanted. I didn't know. And that's really what it is you're so cut off from yourself until this person comes, and it's painful, bro. Like Russ, I don't want to. God will say, go look at Russ. I don't want to, God. I don't want to, God. He's gonna piss me off. Everything he does pisses me off. That guy annoys the very fucking fabric of my being. Don't make me look at him. Go look at Russ. Oh my God. Fine. And then I'll go over there and it'll be the most irritating thing. He purposely put on a show. It's like you told him not to touch the fucking kitchen, and then it's like, go look at Russ. And I go in and Russ has completely fucked up the entire fucking kitchen. And I'm like, oh my God. And I gotta clean this whole thing up. And it's like he would do it all the time. I was like, don't make me. I don't sit on your pages stalking you. Why? Because it brings up all these fucking crazy ass feelings, bro. My heart wants to go after you on some crazy shit, bro. And I'm like, nah, calm down. Don't do that. But when I let it, a lot of growth comes from it. And so that's where I have to I have to let it, because that's how I heal. But on the other side is some person and the whole world's watching this. How to lose a guy in 10 days. And what did I tell you when I first met you, fucking Wolfman? Watch this. I can do it in 3 messages. Yeah, I was blocked. I purposely was sabotage. Why? Because I knew what was coming and I just didn't want to do it. I'm smarter than I look. I push him away because I was pushing away my healing. I know that if I face you, I'm going to be faced with pain, and I just don't want to. It's through you. I don't want to. Realistically, it's nothing about you. I really want to get to know you and get close, but as soon as I try, there comes all my pain. And so I hated this journey. It's terrible. So I'll blow up one, and I'll fucking set it on fire, and I'll push him away, and I'll make him hate me. I'll make him hurt, and to where we can't talk no more. And then God will put another one right in front of my face. It's like, I don't get out of this. I could get you out of my face, but I don't get out of this. And realistically, and that's where you see the unconditional love, because no matter how bad I tried to get rid of them, they realized I was just sick, and they still are there. Really? Yeah. And that's the same thing with Russ. It's like, dude, as bad as he gets, I don't go nowhere. As bad as Bobby treats me, I don't go nowhere. As bad as fucking Kanye acts, we don't go nowhere. We're still here. Really? It's unconditional. And you don't give this kind of love to anybody, but yet all of a sudden it's a fucking stranger. Truly. And then I go back to when you have something like this happen, and you think about gay people. you have so much more compassion and understanding. They can't choose what this heart is doing to them, bro. I can't stop it. And when I do, I go into absolute misery and psychosis. Really? Imagine that. Their heart is telling them to go talk to this person, and it's a homosexual act, and they can't. Because they don't want people to judge them. Because they don't want to, but all their heart wants them to do is get next to this person, bro. And they're dying. They're dying in their bedrooms, crying. Because they really want to, but they don't want to. It rips them apart. I have so much compassion for somebody that doesn't want to be, that's in love and doesn't want to be. And especially gays, bro. They don't want this persecution. They don't want to. They just want to love somebody, and they just want, you know what I mean? Like Bobby. I'm just positive he doesn't want this in his life. Why can't I just have my wife and have everything? And why does this have to be in my life? Why do I have to think of her? Why do I have to do this? This is fucking driving me crazy. This is terrible. It's horrible. I feel so bad for all of us. It's horrible. But it's made to make us grow. You don't want to fall in love, man. But you really do. All you want to do is love someone. And that's why Marshall, it's like you can see why he didn't do it again. One and done. I'll never do that again. I get it. I did it twice and then I got to that point. I'll never do that again. I would not love someone. I was not going to do this. But it wasn't even like this, dude. This is uncontrollable. Those are people you chose. This is not your choosing, bro. I would have never chose you. In essence, you're everything I choose not to deal with. And that's what it is. They take what would be, the things you hate and make you love them. Really? Mm-hmm. I've been on this journey for 3 years, and I can't, as much as I hate it, I have to have so much respect and love for it because it's what made me what I am. Healed, happy, positive, with purpose. It brought me back to God. It brings me abundance. It brings me magic. It brought me everything. My twin flames made me what I am. Just that, the connection. A bunch of strangers. I swear to you, and I have it all there to prove. I don't wish you to have a twin flame. I hope God can find a way that he doesn't have to put a mirror right in front of your face to look at and you can't look away. I hope that he doesn't do that to you. Because you know what they told us in the beginning of this? They told us. They tell you in the twin flame community that if you heal yourself, that you're going to align with this person and you're going to be happily ever after, bro. They make this fairy tale out of it. And I believed that bullshit, bro. The biggest lie they told, bro, and it hurt me so bad. But I needed that. Why would I have given in to Bobby? Because I believed the lie. Why did I give in to Russ? Because I believed the lie. Why did I give in to Marshall? Because I believed the lie. And then I had to tell people, after so many, I realized that's not what we're doing it for. You do actually come into alignment with them to where all of this stops to calm down and it's not a pain fest and you're not drawn like that. But it's because they told us that we'll have a happily ever after with this person. No, we'll be happy ever after this person. It doesn't mean that there are happiness. We find happiness through this experience. But yeah, bro, I believe that if I healed myself, somehow Bobby and I would come together. I believe that when I knew what it was, that if Russ kept triggering me, I could be healed in the summer. And I could be all better. That was years ago, bro. And when I come to Kobe Bryant and I ask him, when does this stop? He says the marathon continues. through them, I will continue to have to look at them and find areas of my life to become better. Eventually, I'll stop looking at the same ones when I've learned the lesson from them, and I go and look at other ones, but they don't leave. I don't abandon ship because they're part of what made my being, right? So as I go back to these other layers of my being, here I am realigned with them. The twin flame community sells you this fucking stupid story of happily ever after, that you're in the arms of this person. And I believed it for, about 3 or 4 twin flames until I realized that's not what they mean. And when I say I'm in union, that's an internal thing that happens to where now I can actually face you. And it doesn't mean that fairy tale that they made us think of. It just means that now we can be in union. Doesn't, I don't know. That romanticizing is what fucks this whole thing up. They make you think that this person is your forever person, and that's not. I've proven that's not exactly how this works. You'll be forever grateful and in love with this person, and realistically, what it is this was a past life person that you already spent forever with. You know what I mean? For someone like me, and knowing what I'm here to do as a Melchizedek soul, I'm supposed to say these, you know what I mean, to close these ties. Realistically, you know, back to Adam and Lilith, or Lucifer and Lilith, or fucking, you know what I mean? Jeez, I totally forgot they brought that one in. All of them, you know what I mean? It's like we did things. We had karma between us that had to be faced and healed before I left the human experience. And so everybody had to come here so I could face my karma. And that's the coming into union, is like we came, we saw, we conquered. It didn't mean that we had to spend our lifetime here together, because we've spent many lifetimes together, but this is what we came here to do. And we're not leaving each other. And just because we're not married and having children together doesn't mean that we failed each other. And that doesn't mean that's what, that vision was of the past, realistically. And that's where it gets a little distorted. You think you see a future with this person, but realistically, it's a past life. You think it's the future because you haven't had it with this person, but you're actually seeing the past life you had with this person. Really? Yeah. It's kind of, the Akashic records are hard to read when they come to you. It's really hard because they're wearing the skin of what they're wearing now so that you can recognize them. And that's just like when the Holy Spirits come to you. They're coming in the skin that you recognize, because otherwise you wouldn't know who they are. Really? Yeah. That was painful for me. And that's the painful part that these other twin flames can't. They've been brainwashed to believe that this is their one and only. And if they heal themselves, this person will heal themselves, and they will come together in a holy matrimony. And because, most of them are divine feminine, they see this in a holy marriage, a holy union, right? They take the words in total literacy. Now, as I showed, it's like no matter how much I healed, it didn't work that way. There wasn't some guy on the other side that was doing all the healing. And then when I got to a healed place, he came and, we came into life. It's like, no. And it's because I'm always healing too. It's like I never get to a fully healed place where there's no places, no areas in my life I can be better. So that was an absolute lie. You're wanting the real thing is to find someone that keeps up with the healing journey and is doing their own, not trying to keep up with you or compete with you, but is just on the same journey. And that's where it is I kept trying to force them to do the healing I was doing, to fulfill this so-called contract that they said on the outside is what it is. But it wasn't happening. They said if I healed, you'd heal and we'd come together. That didn't work. I keep healing and nothing's working. You're not healing. That's not true. And every divine feminine, if they actually stood back and told the truth, they'd say that's true. They're not healing. But yet there's fucking tarot readers that keep lying to them and telling them they are healing and that they miss them and they're going to leave their situations and they're going to come be with you. And that's the juice that keeps them fucking stuck in these hells. They're not learning. You love them enough. It's like, how did this work? Something about you made me want to love again. And you pour out all your love to someone and you see how you love, which is recognizing your unhealthy patterns of love and what you do to get love, right? And you do all this until you've exerted yourself. And then at that point, when you've given all your love you can to this person, the only thing left to do is to love yourself back. And that's when the real healing starts, is when you take your power back. You were always meant to give your power away so that, because that's the surrender of it, to see how far you would go in the pursuit of love. Because you're very surprised at the fact that you'll break your own limits. I would have never thought I would go this far for somebody. I never thought I'd cared about somebody this much. I never thought that, because you have your limits. We cut people off all the time, but you go all the way to the limit to where you've gone to the edge and there's nowhere else to go. I can't love you. I can't get any closer. There's no way to go anywhere from here. So then you have to, the spirit tells you to move on. And you're like, I've done all this to come close to this person, but you have all the evidence in your face that they're not ready for you and they don't want you. And as painful as it is, you have to retract yourself. And that's where you take all that love you gave to them and you start putting it back into yourself. And as soon as you put it back into yourself, they want you to do it again. They want you to keep, and it's like this, that's what starts the Merkaba and this whole energetic of giving and receiving. It starts between one woman or one divine feminine and a masculine energy, whether it's male or female. The divine feminine is the heart. One heart opens up to another, and they're usually shut down on the other side. I assure you that. Through this process, that heart learns how to open up to more and more and more until it's just an open heart where I can give my love to anybody. I don't restrict it. I don't play games like you're not worthy of my time and you're not worthy of it. I protect myself, but anybody that God allows into my space, which is I've built tall walls, but they're not unbreachable. I told you, I look like the most unapproachable person. I do it on purpose, but they still come to me. And when they come, they get kindness. They get my love. They don't get, you know what I mean? They get the true essence of what I am and that's why it's important to build your boundaries and protect it when you're that loving. When you finally have nothing but love to give, you have to be careful because, it can be abused. So again, my manifestational powers, people want to get around me because I make them feel better and I make them think better. And then new things start happening in their lives. And they just want to be around me because they think it's me and they're draining me for all of this. I can start it, but I can't sit there living your life like this. Realistically, I show you what it is to change your mind and then you start pursuing something different and it starts to be. I didn't do this. But you believe that I'm holding all the power. And so you want to hold me in your pocket and you want to use me and try to, abuse or manipulate me so that you can get things in your life. You never needed me to do that. And you're just hurting an innocent person that just wants to love you. If I could have got a few moments with him and asked him, what are you working on? What are you trying to, what's your future looking like? and he would have told me from his heart, I'm really hoping for this, and I want this to happen, and I want this. If his heart would have talked to my heart, which is just our hearts talking, the universe would have just, it would have manifested faster. And that's all I can do. And I did that with Bobby. What can I help you manifest? What would make your life better? And that's what people sit next to me. It's like, tell me about your problems and let's talk about how it can get better. And you start thinking about these better ideas. And because they were given to me by God, which is for you, you work towards them and then you just open the door. And all you had to do was consider the thought. It was never my thought. It was given to me by God for you, which means it's already what he had waiting for you. He just needed you to think about it, work at it, and here it is. But you think I had something to do with it. I didn't. I don't know what God wants for you and what he's doing with you until you come around me. And then I know too much and that's it. You're going to tell me what he's doing in your life and I'm going to tell you what he's trying to teach you and you're going to learn the lesson that quick. And then in that moment is the next part is where do you go from here? And that's where the inspiration comes. I give you inspiration. I inspire you by something that God already has been talking to you about. It wasn't my idea. This was between you and God, and you just put me in all your business. Really? I'm just the middleman. And that's what I'm supposed to do. And that's all I do. Really? Yeah. So then going back to Russ, it's like, quit trying to steal from me. Just come over and face me. Pour your heart out and watch what will happen. Be truthful. And that's what it is. They can't be, they have to be vulnerable. They have to be honest. And that's what I have to do when I face them. I can't pretend. I have to be truthful. I have to be honest. I have to be weak. All of that fades away. And now it's just a man and a woman standing in front of each other. Powerless. Really? Yeah. Kind of awkward too, if you want. That's what I said. I'm being awkward. I gave him a hug. I was like, I'm being awkward. I'm gonna go. Really? It just gets weird. I don't know what I'm supposed to say. It got weird. Typically I don't act weird. Around you I act weird. This is weird. I don't like these weird feelings. Really? It's just weird. Their triggers, let's see. When we have a profound twin flame connection that fills beyond worlds of lifetimes, we bond with the other person so strongly we choose to face the fire when we would usually walk away. And that's what happened with Bobby. I was like, all right, I'm going to face him. I normally run. If I don't block you and I don't run away from you, then I'm doing the right thing. And that's what I was laughing about. I was like, well, I'm on block status, but you know how that goes. And I was like, oh yeah, he's not going to talk to me because I told him I was going to tell his wife. I was like, well, at least somebody did something. Otherwise, you guys are going to just keep playing these stupid games. And that's really what it is. Really? Yeah. Our passion drives us to seek resolution, to heal ourselves, to overcome barriers, no matter how confronting it may seem. And then here comes Wolfman, and all of a sudden I'm being called to be respectful to these guys. After completely being disrespectful, here comes some stranger, and I'm being told to have respect for him and to treat him different, kinder, and more, submissive. And I do for a minute, and then I pattern, and I turned into a mess. I don't like what God's asking me to do with you, but I don't. That's what he's asking me to do with all of them. Oh, God, I was not going to. God put me on an absolute timeout for a week because I refused to fucking talk to Tree. It's like, if you don't give this kid a chance, I don't want to. They were trying to make me feel comfortable at it. And by this time, we'd been hanging out for weeks. He was already dating girls my age. Like, he was literally picking them up at the clubs and shit like that. It shouldn't have been weird. But I was like, I'm not doing this ever again. Because my ex-husband was 10 years younger than me. I'm not doing this ever again. And this fucking guy is in his 20s. I'm not doing it. And that's where it was. It's like, you trust him. He knows everything about you, this and that. Give him a chance. No, I'm not fucking doing this, bro. Hell no. And then they're like, if you don't do this, and I was in a mental prison, literally on my porch for a week, we're never going to let you off of here. And I'm like, fuck. So I have to send him a message. And I'm terrified of what this is going to do for my relationship that I'm trying to work with Bobby. And I'm like, and so I sent him this heartfelt message, and he's like, nah, you're making all that up. You're crazy. I'm like, oh my God. And I just want it to all go away. Oh my God. Fine. Fine. And I block him and I'm like, I'm crazy. I never want to see you again. I can't believe I did this. I never even wanted to fucking throw myself at you. Now I feel like a fucking idiot and you're calling me crazy. Jesus Christ. So I try to make it go away. Then he fucking pops up like a fucking Jack in the Box. It's like, Jesus Christ, just go away. Really? I didn't even know you. Dude, we were hanging out for weeks. I didn't even see him like that. And then my spirit's like, go look at his Instagram. And then all of a sudden I'm start looking at him and seeing him attractive. And I'm like, I said some stupid shit like I wanted to make love to his body. It was fucking tragic, bro. I'm so embarrassed. Really? I mean, I lived it. I can't be embarrassed 3 years later. A lot of worse shit came since then. That was me. That was my first attempts to let my heart speak. It's so fucking hideous. I'm so scared of it. It's like, please don't let me fall in love with Wolfman and be talking to him like this. Don't let me be out there doing this again. I mean, brace yourself. How many times have you done this? Oh my God. How many? Not all of them, but geez. Yup. Like 5 or 6. 5 or 6 of them have been romantic. It's terrible. And that's what I was trying not to happen with Bri. Don't go fucking twin flame on him. Don't fall in love with him. Don't start crushing on him. Bro, I was all just like, oh, he's beautiful. He's so kind. My heart just has nothing but love for you. And I'm trying to like calm that bitch down, bro. Don't fall in love with this guy, bro. Don't fall in love with this guy, bro. And how can you not? How can you say no to loving Lewis Hamilton? How can you say no to loving Aligate? How can you not love Russ? It takes a lot to understand when you get past all of that, the outer shell. How can you not love Marshall Mathers? The real Marshall Mathers, bro, not Slim Shady. That's fun too. That's a fun person to party with. But the real him, how can you not love these guys? And that's really what it is. That's what's so funny, the chapstick. It's like, what don't you like about Wolfman? His chapped lips. You know what, fucking Morgan? She's such a fucking flaming fucking ball of fucking positivity. She's like, well, he's in South America and it could be cold. She makes excuses for everything. I'd be all flaming like a fucking flaming butthole, and she'd be putting the fucking hemorrhoid juice on. It's like you're being a little fiery. And why? Because she's a fucking Virgo and she's all very structured and serious about shit. Really? You guys need to calm down. And that's where I need to be with these earth signs. You guys are very down to earth. I'm out of control. And that's what I realized about being around Brian. That's what it is. It's like I come down to earth. It's very calm, very all of that. And it's always been that energy. And that's what I said. There's always this very calm, cool, safe energy. And I didn't know how to describe it. There wasn't a word. It's an empress. It's an empress energy. Really? You feel safe around the empress. Everybody wants to be around the empress. Really? Yeah. And he's fucking sexy. Sexy. Seriously, until somebody says it, you don't really realize it. I mean, I saw that Wolfman was sexy. And then Bobby, he's sexy. They're all sexy. They have sexiness to them. And it's like, don't get sexified and don't crush on them. And you can't, it just happens. Really? I'll be trying not to let this shit happen. But if it didn't, then I wouldn't be such a loving being that I am. All right, let's go into this. Our passion drives us to seek resolutions, heal all that shit, blah, blah, blah. To overcome barriers, no matter how confronting they seem, because our partnership is worth it. And when we can rise together. Somehow, incredibly, the universe seamlessly aligns the places the twin flame needs healing. Their triggers may be synchronized so that when they feel uncentered or there is codependency or imbalance, it can be very volatile space. If they find safety and love and they are willing to see and be seen, their triggers can blossom into deep transformative healing for both of them. That's where I am with Marshall a lot, because I always felt that. I felt safe to be seen. It's okay if I act like Kanye West around Marshall. I can act like Kanye around Marshall. Marshall likes Kanye. Realistically, I can act a fucking fool around him because he's a fucking fool. So when it's like that, you know what I mean? You are willing to see and be seen. Their triggers can blossom into transformational or transformative healing for both of them. And that's where I realize when I'm acting out, we act out. And this is an opportunity through my, you know what I mean, you triggering me, that we can heal. And that's where Russ is the most imperative. Like him triggering me, that motherfucker is the thorn in my flesh. He can make me act the most unhealed ways so that we can see how we act, or at least how the fuck I act, and be aware of it through another person and try to fine tune ourselves through seeing this. You know what I mean? It's like you see my reactions and you're like, damn, I would have done the same thing. And then you see how God comes and corrects me. It was like, nah, you can't be acting all foolish like that. And then you can see how I don't react. You can see that's where we learn. Really? Yeah. It's fucking great. Triggers. It's like, I'm very triggered. Anyways, this healing can forge the foundation for long-term companionship. And that's Russ. I'll never not go without, you know what I mean? It's like, I'll notice that he's not bothering me. It'll get weird. Why aren't you bothering me? You haven't bothered me for a long time. I feel like you should be bothering me. Because that's all he does is fucking bother me. Fucking bother me a lot. But because of that, I notice when he's not. And that's it. It's like in the beginning, when I learned this, I was like, he was my most, focused twin flame at that time. So I asked him to trigger me so that we could do this. And then it became, a little too painful. He took a little too much pride in trying to hurt me. He realized that I needed to face my hurts. So he was purposely trying to hurt me. He wasn't making me face it. He was trying to create new hurts. And that's where it got a little personal, I think. But when I came back to it, I was like, I felt like he was breaking the conduct and the contract. And it was really, I hurt Russ real bad by rejecting him. So he just spent the rest of the time rejecting me. And anytime I try to love Russ, he rejects me. Every fucking time. Every time. And it's like, I didn't even want to love you. Just for you to turn around and act like you don't fucking want it and you don't need it. And it's funny because you learn this all the way through the fucking thing. Really? Yeah, it's like, oh, watch this. Watch me try to love this guy and watch him reject it and run away from it like he doesn't want it. Really? Yeah, it's great. All right, this healing can forge the foundation of long-term companionship. And I say that, I was like, nobody makes me laugh harder than Russ. Nobody. I'm this, he's in the dark. That's where it's like, he is always there. They come and go, but he is always there. Like fucking Russ. Really? Yeah. Bobby wasn't always there. He's not there every day. Marshall isn't there every day. They're not there every day. Russ, his fucking energy, he is there every motherfucking day. Throughout the day, they'll come through and stuff, different days and stuff. Do not go forever and not even like Brian. I haven't thought about him. You know what I mean? He's not there in my energy. But when I'm in dark energy, what the fuck are we going to align on? Are you dealing with dark night of the soul? Then you're probably not going to be over where I am. You're not fighting, you know what I mean, the pits of your feelings. When you are, I bet you're going to come look me up and see what I'm doing. I'm down here fighting. Grab a sword. What are you fighting? Then you find out we're fighting the same battles. When you're done, you leave. Like, I don't want to fight that next battle. I'm done. Okay, bye-bye now. I just sit down here fighting fucking battles. Really? I am the battle crow. All right. Alternatively, this completion could mark an ending. As the intense potency of a connection neutralizes, the relationship may transform into a different kind of unconditional love. And that's the union. It starts to fade. It doesn't fade. The intensity starts to calm down. You're not drawn for all the wrong reasons. And when you are drawn back, it's just good shit. It's a good feeling. Really? Yeah. Yeah. The intensity goes down, and that's the union. When you come into union with them. The thing is when they read union, they believe it's a fucking holy matrimony. They're taught in the books that a union is a holy matrimony. A union is finally coming into peace with this soul, this person. this energy, this battle that you've been having with this person. It's where you can think of this person and it no longer hurts. You can think of this person and it no longer triggers you. You can think of this person with love and instead of animosity, with love instead of fear, with love instead of shame. And that's when it comes you come into union where it's nothing but love anymore. Right? It's just all the way love. But no, at first you don't even want to think about them. Get them out of my head. And that's what I said. Twin flame, the fucking Wolfman. Bro, your last, hopefully the last one on the wheel. It's like, I've been through this a lot. I didn't even, that's why I cried. I cried so hard. Why do you think I acted a fool on 11/11? Please don't make me do this again. And not for this guy. Why this guy? Fuck this guy. I was the same way with every guy, bro. Why Bobby? I don't want to love Bobby. Why Russ? I don't want to love Russ. Why Allie? I don't want to love Allie. Nobody could love Marshall. Lewis, it was just like that. It's not like there was a better choice. It was just I thought you were impossible to fucking be with. And then you work through it and you realize that all that was impossible was in your head. Going back to Bobby, it was never impossible for us to be together. We just had to grow up and be adults about this. That's all. But it was something that neither one of us could think of. We couldn't even wrap our minds around it. We were not mentally capable. And that's where I was even back then when I met him all those years ago. I wasn't ready to wrap my mind around being in a relationship with you after my head was wrapped around a fucking telephone pole at that point. Realistically, I mean, seriously. So you don't hate people for not being able to be mentally present when you yourself can look back at yourself when you weren't mentally present or capable. But I sure did that to Wolfman as soon as I saw him. I was like, they presented him as a possible, you know what I mean, as my emperor. And I look at his tendencies. I was like, there's no fucking way. You are so fucking damaged. That's exactly what I did to Russ. And those words alone started the battle, started the war. And that's what happened with fucking Wolfman. I'll fucking show you, bitch. Oh, shit. And then you keep showing me, and all you're doing is confirming all the shit I said. That didn't work out, did it, Russ? Realistically, yeah. Just saying. Their triggers may synchronize, may be so synchronized that you feel that you are uncentered. Da, 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 da. Where were we at? I think we got past that, right? The synchronicities? No? Yeah. The forge of the long term. Yeah. All right, this is where it is. Harmonic flight shows us that when we harmonize our energies with another in any form of relationship, we can soar to the sky. We can guide each other higher and higher by encouraging all that has been weighing us down to drop away. I get so caught up in my experience, dude, and how draining it is. But when you hear me and I'm not draining from it, I just feel bad for everyone else. I didn't ask for this either. And I did everything magically to make it go away. And I'm sorry you're going through this. And all you can do is give into it. That's the only thing I've learned. That's the only thing you can do is give into it. Really? And that's what I told Wolfman. The only thing I've learned is to give into it. Fighting it just kills. But you can kill yourself on this one. Divinational meaning. What you see in the eyes of another is a reflection of yourself. This card may be encouraging you to look at the bigger picture of a close relationship. A perceived challenge may be an illusion or a projection. And that's where it is. I might be projecting on him. He could be probably totally single and I won't talk to him because of because of what's happened to me before. Really? It just keeps happening. And that's what I keep saying. He probably has a wife and kids, bro. I don't want to deal with this. They all do, don't they? I don't want to get caught up in this. And would he tell me? They never do. Like, no, I don't want you to not like me just because I have a wife. It doesn't seem to stop me. But realistically, this card may relate to family, teamwork, community, and ways you can harmonize disordinance for deeper growth. And that's it too. And that could be just a pattern. Be careful. I don't want to do that. I keep wanting more with people. And by doing that, I lose them completely. Really? I'm serious. Happens all the time. I tried to stop that with, Marshall, and that's where I stopped. I'm not going to push this. I'm just going to stop this right now. I'm not going to try to push this. I'm grateful for what we have and that I can have this bond and try not to make it more. And that's what I said exactly about Brian. That's what I told B. I'm grateful for what we have and I don't want to try to make it more and lose what we have getting weird. I don't want that to happen. The bonds you share give you the power to transmute your fears. Put time and awareness, and that's it. It's like I had to face this fear. Try to be his friend. I'm afraid. I don't want to push him away. Every time I try to get close to someone, it gets weird, and I don't want to do this. Just leave it alone. I'll see him at the next show. When? In a couple years? I don't know. Don't you want to hang out? Yeah, but I don't want to get weird. What if he has a personal life? I just don't want to do this. And that's where your heart is like, just try. Like, all right, make it weird, why don't you? Put time and awareness into resolving karmic connections, or they will continue to play out. There may also be a life changing connection on the horizon. There is. I'm working towards that final one. And that's where it is. It's like, wow, I have to go through, at the end, whoever my final destination is, it's like, you yourself may not know what I went through to get to you, to be ready for you. How much rehabilitation I had to go through. But again, I didn't even want to do any of this until I looked into Bobby's eyes. I didn't want any of this. And that's where it says, is they make you want something. And that's what it is. It's like seeing him yesterday made me want to be social again, made me want to be part of a community again, made me want to be part of friends. And that's what I woke up and was part of. All day I had friends and community, and not just now, but we're planning for the future on 111. We're planning for this, you know what I mean? To be together and have just that. I wanted it, and God brought me a couple of good people, and I was asked, and I have that. Really? Yeah. And that's what I'm grateful for. And it's like I'm not going to, going back to Bobby, it's like I'm not going to be shamed for going hard. I've never gone this hard in my life. I've never even knew I had this in me. You know what I mean? To love someone in such a way and to be this way. And of course, through you, I see my unhealthy patterns. Through each of them, I see how I have unhealthy, but I also remedy that while, dealing with you. I try to fix that. Really? Yeah. As far as being completely unhealthy, no. I mean, what makes you unhealthy is your inability to deal with triggers. And if you're always triggered. So I don't know what my triggers are, and most people don't know what their triggers are until it happens. What gives me the upper hand for the rest of my life is I can always be triggered, and that's where these stories will continue. My healing will last until the end of time. Anything can bother me, but now I have the training to go through anything and alchemize it. And that's what that's called, is how to heal an unhealed pattern. I don't know what my patterns are until it happens. And then I become aware of it and I can heal it instantly. It's like an instant, you know what I mean? It happens immediately. So I'm not really worried about being unhealed because now I know how to heal myself in all areas. And I just need someone to understand that we as individuals are typically unhealed. And me in particular, I have a lot of unhealed patterns that I'm unaware of. But if you can be understanding to the fact that I know how to fix myself and I'm not just an unhealthy person, you know what I mean? I'm a hurt person on a healing journey, then we can deal with this. But realistically, yeah, and you have to give me space to allow my feelings to be felt. And that goes back to my earlier card. Really? Yeah. I spent an hour and a half on the twin flame card, but I promise you, I have 3 years and unbelievable amounts of footage, and there will be unbelievable amount of books written about my twin flame journey. I really rewrite the books about it, and I have all the documented footage to prove this shit. That this really is me and another person. that this really is an ordained divine counterpart, that these really are, and we have more than one, or I definitely do. I can prove all the science of what they said in these books up until the Holy Union. It's not how they said in the books. There's some of this they got wrong. And some of them only are karmic. You know what I mean? Bobby and I come together as it's karma for each other, and it's low vibrational. Until we heal our ways, we shouldn't be aligning. We only align from an unhealed place. I got to be in a really low place to dumb myself down to go and line, you know what I mean, to align with him. I have to be very desperate to align with him. And that's, he's got to admit the truth. He's got to be in a very desperate place to align with me. We need to heal this. And that's what I was trying to do. We don't have to align from a hurt place. We can align from a healed place if you will just heal this and face this. I'm ready to. Are you ready to? And unfortunately, he's not. And I can't be mad at him because how long it took me to face, you know what I mean, my own healing. I only gave it my life for 3 years, but for 39 years, I didn't heal. I ran from all of my hurt and all of my pain. And expecting them to do it like I did it is not nice, but I do. I'm like, if I can do it with 2 kids and the dog, you can do it. It's a little pompous if you ask me. And I do it to a lot of people. I have this thing that like, because I just, realistically, I don't see myself above you. I feel like if I can do it, you can do it. I don't see myself as superior. Even my connection to God, I can get you connected. I don't see myself as more powerful. I'm not more powerful than Jesus. I'm not more loved than you are. I do more work and there I have better results. But I believe you can if you had the right, you know what I mean, mentality. And that's anybody that's successful. They believe you can be successful too. They know that all it took was hard work and that if you just do the work, you'll get it. Unless it's talking about singing, like actual singing. That's not true. And possibly dancing. Those 2 things I don't think you can get better at. I think that you kind of either have it or don't. Really? Yeah. I can't, you can do a lot of voice coaching and stuff, but if you're not on rhythm, you can't be a singer. And secondly, like what they qualify as a singer that hits notes, if you're going to be a singer and you can't do that, like I don't think everyone can do that. I'm being honest. And same with dancing. Not everybody can feel comfortable enough to let their body flow with the rhythm of music. It looks forced and very uncomfortable. Not everybody can dance. I'm being honest. There is certain limitations to humans, and that would be the creative expression. Not everybody can draw. Not everybody can do everything, but I believe everybody can be successful. I totally believe that. And I pray to you. I promise you, it is every bit of power that I got came from a twin flame journey. But I promise you, with everything holy, I don't wish this on anybody. Because once it starts, it will never go away. And it will keep hurting you until you face it. And you don't want to. I promise you, it's the most painful thing, bro. But I needed them. Because there was no other way I was going to remember. Through them, I don't have to go out and get re-victimized. Through them, I can remember my own pain. Through them, I can even see it. But what sucks is I see them in pain and I remember my own. That's what I don't like. That's the shit I don't like. I don't like seeing them hurt. I don't know if they like seeing me hurt, but I don't like seeing them hurt. And if they haven't been paying attention, I'm fine until I'm looking at you and I'm looking at how you're acting. And now I'm facing my pain and I hurt really bad and I'm crying on this video. And where did it come from? Me looking at you. And when I come to you and you try to act like you're fucking happy and that you're not hurting, I want to stab you in the neck. Just looking at you made me have to face my own pain. Don't you pretend that this doesn't hurt. It almost killed me. And you're acting like you don't hurt over there? You fucking liar. And then I remembered how I lived life completely disassociated, and I didn't even know I was a hurt. So I was like, I guess they're best friends with their pain. They don't even know they're in pain. They're in shock, I guess. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know. I can sit there and I'm like, Bobby, you're going to keep telling me you're in a happy marriage? Russ, you're going to keep telling me you're happy? Fucking Lewis, you're going to keep telling me you're happy? You guys are fucking lunatics. And they think I'm crazy. I think you're fucking crazy. Just looking at your life brought on so much pain and suffering. I can't look at you. And that's it. I can't watch Lewis lose a season and get hurt. I can't watch you go through pain. I can't watch this. I'm not going to listen to your album, fucking Marshall. I don't want to hear about your pain. All it does is bring up mine. I don't want to hurt for you. I don't want to hurt for me. You're not even hurting. You think it's creative bullshit. It's not funny. You're hurting me with your words. You're hurting everyone with your words. I want to tell these fucked up stories, Allie, of how they left us. They fucking left us and forgot about us. You want to keep making us remember this shit. No, I don't want to hear your fucking song. It's not funny. No, I hate this thing, bro. It's so painful. I don't wish you a twin flame, bro. It's magical and whatnot, but no, bro. A person comes into your life and makes you realize that you're all fucking fucked up and you gotta spend the rest of your life trying to be better for this person that doesn't want you. It's not a fun ride. But it's through that ride you find God. And people can misinterpret that sentence alone and think that all of their toxic relationships is a twin flame. This person was sent to me by God to teach me hard lessons, and they're my happily ever after, and they're the ones that bring me, and I never felt like this for anybody else. I don't think so, bro. I think you're in a codependency. And realistically, theirs starts with a real person and a real connection. Ours doesn't. Really? Yeah. Fucking stranger. Sorry, I mean, I can only cry for myself for what this has done to me. I can be grateful on another day of what it's done for me, but when I tell you what it's done to me, I never wanted to do. Oh, and they kept coming. I ran from one and ran into another. It's like, how many do you have? 12 plus 2. They're not all romantic, but each of them make me hurt. Because what they do is they make me heal. But in order to heal, you hurt. You have to feel your hurt before you can heal it. Really? Oh, man. Fucking Kanye makes me hurt, bro. Fucking NF, he makes me hurt. Just thinking about them. Just saying their names, bro. I hurt for them, bro. Which is a hurt for me. Thinking about Russ. I hurt for you, bro. I don't want you to be like that. I can't help you. It's in your mind. And that's where it is like, I was like you. I used to be like you. And that's where you have all of this love and compassion for you and another person. Really? Bobby's fucking mentality towards his marriage was exactly mine. I wasn't going to give it up no matter how bad it was. I was trying to do the right thing by my children, bro. No matter what I was going through and how unhappy I was. I was trying to do the right thing by my children. And that's exactly his fucking mentality. And I have millions of messages to prove that shit. He's never said shit about how much he loves his wife and all of this. He's never put her down or any of that. It's just all about he does this for his children. And, and it's like, shit, that was me. Taking beatings and everything just so the kids could be happy. And so, it's like that. And it's like looking at Marshall. It's like, that was me. Lewis, that's me. They're me. You don't know this though. You don't know there's a person, that there's a part of you that lives in another person, and that you're going to meet them one day. You're going to meet yourself one day. And that was Wolfman. I didn't realize, it wasn't right away that I realized he was a twin flame. I thought he was a soulmate. I thought he was here to break me out of this shit. No, he took me to a whole new level. He's exactly me. And that's why I said, I can't stand you. You're so much like me, it's sickening. Really? The unhealed versions. But then I go see Brian last night, and it's like, he's like a good version of me. Really? Yeah, like the healed version of me, the everyday me, when I'm not dealing with all of this. That's just like the normal me. I like that. And that's all they are, is they're pieces of you. And realistically, I don't think one person in this world completely aligns with what God made you. I don't think he made two things alike. I think they can, you know what I mean? They can get there with experience and understanding. They can see things like you do and feel things. But I don't think that really happens. You know, Marshall knows where I'm coming from and stuff. But as far as, you know what I mean, on that level, I don't expect anyone to meet me on my level, but at least, you know what I mean, align with me. That's a different thing. Are you really going to align with me like on a spiritual level? And that's where someone like Wolfman comes out and tries to be competitive. Don't try. God didn't make you God didn't make you more powerful than me. Don't try to exert that you have more power than me. Really? Because you're going to end up powerless to me, as you just seen. Realistically, yeah. That's something like Russ trying to, pretend like he was more powerful. You're not powerful. You're just as weak as me. You just got more money. You got more problems, is what it looks like to me with all that damn money. Realistically, yeah. All right, we're going to have to save the paradigm shift for some other time. Why I need a meal? I've been going forever. What time is it? It says 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock on the dot. Someone's in their drop top, cruising the streets. That's Usher. Let it go. I think that you should let it burn. That was a fucked up song. Hey, do you know that happened to me twice? Realistically, yeah. These motherfuckers got bitches pregnant. That shit happened to me twice. Yep. Your patterns. What happened to you? What are your patterns? How many times have you been patterned on? Ugh. You look like one of my patterns. That's what I said. I don't wish this for you. And again, I make plenty of movies and documentaries about how terrible it is. It's great, it's magical, but it's not what you think it is. This isn't going to be sexy time. This isn't going to be any of that. No, no, no. And it's a fucking stranger. Stranger danger. Really? Yeah. We might have to wait for the paradigm. No, it's already happening. I have to read this card either tonight or tomorrow. I'll see when I get to it. Right now I'm exhausted. I just cried about how terrible my twin flame journey has been. It's terrible. I'm gonna go eat something sweet and put myself to sleep. Really, I feel sorry for myself. If you could have seen it, it was terrible. You will see it. Everybody will see it. And that's what's even worse. And that's what I mean. It's like I can't take none of this back. I've been doing this for 2 years. It's like, oh, you think I'm gonna embarrass myself now? You think this is embarrassing? You think this is embarrassing? I was like, what little pride I had left is being stripped away from me by asking me to go after Wolfman. The little bit I still had, which is, here comes these rejection tendencies where I try to reject this whole situation totally. And that's what it is. It's like, even if I'm act like I'm not giving in, it's happening. And that's what it is. It's like they know this. And that's where they were waiting for it. They didn't see Brian coming in. But that's what the freaking spirit said. There was a, what did they give me? Serial. I mean, not Serial. Why am I seeing Azrael? I'm seeing all the death angels. Can you guys move out of the way, please? Realistically, yeah. Samael. Samael. And I was like, who is that? Wait a minute, hold on. So now it all aligns anyways. Realistically, yeah. But yeah, that's how it is. Past lives and all of that. And no. And all of the tarot community likes to put that shit on people and say that they brainwash the twin flames. They brainwash twin flames. And by doing it, they keep them out of union. They keep them believing the wrong shit. I think that's the real, if you want to talk about the archons, they're holding back divine unions because of the laws based behind their belief of what it is. You can't have, there's no true, that's what I said. I said that to Marshall a long time ago. There's no true twin flame unions because they're not, and I can prove it. Bring me your twin flame unions, your so-called real twin flames. Bring me one, and I'll show you it's not real. Really? I double dog dare you. Because if it was like mine is, it would have been highlighted as the pinnacle of all unconditional love. It would have taught it because that's what the twin flame journey teaches everyone onlooking is the power of the mirror. They don't have to be in a twin flame journey to learn the power of the mirror. Your relationship isn't teaching other people. You're teaching people to seek a relationship like yours. That's not what we ever did. We weren't seeking each other. We were brought together, which forced us to heal and to face ourselves in another. That's not what any of that is. This isn't a game show or dating or who's your soulmate and who will you end up in the end of time. That's not what any of this is. They distorted it. I know there was some kind of fucking documentary saying surviving twin flames or something. I have no idea what that's about. But I'm telling you, as being on this, nah. And it's not like your ex-husband or your karmic lover that you hope to God you never, or that you know you'll never see again. This is a person that every time you think of your heart, it's a heart connection. And that's what I'll say is like, dude, I have a great connection with you until you actually get in the connection. Really? Yeah. Being all witty and shit. Realistically, yeah. Something like that. Um, I don't know. That's where it all started. How did this all happen? This? Bobby. Swear to God. Some dude pops up in, at this point, a fucking stranger, danger to me. I just remember that I work with him. I worked with him a couple of years back. That's it. He shows up in my DMs. He's talking about I remember the old times. And I'm filled with all these feelings. I'm like, I don't even know how to explain it. And I'd go through all of this process. I don't remember this guy. I don't know who he is and nothing. Only to find out, I dig through my memories and find out that we used to mess around and I had fallen in love with him and had long forgotten him. And I'm going to try to figure this out and make it go away, is my intention. Oh, Jesus Christ. That's not what happened at all. That's not what happened at all. And it's just like, I don't even know you, but yet I know your whole soul. Some of them I've never even met in this life. But I know more about them than their fucking parents, than their children, than their best friends. And it scares them. How do I know? That's the soul. How did I know your fucking your childhood when you never told anyone? Because our souls talk. My heart is talking to your soul, and I sit here listening to it. I can hear all the things that it talks about. What do they talk about? The things that are going on in their lives. Our higher selves are always communicating. Really? Yeah. So how was your day? They're already married. We're already married in the 3D. I mean, in the 5D. We come together in this place and we tell each other what's going on and we console each other and we make each other feel better. No matter that if me and you were sitting there all day fighting each other and ended up in tears, our higher selves come together and say, well, how's your self doing? Mine's not doing so good, but he'll be all right. He'll figure this out. And that's where they have these weird conversations. And I sit there and, as the in between. Really? Yeah. And that's how I knew something was off. I have these videos. I'm going to end on this. I was listening to tarot, and it's like, that's not what's happening. That's not the conversation that's not the connection that I'm having with Bobby. And that's where I realized that I'm having a connection with someone else. And these, there's multiple connections being had. And that's where I told Wolfman 2 days ago, you're picking up the cards on one of my connections, but how active is that string? They're all active at all times. You're never going to catch me in bed with any of them, idiot. I'm not going to be in bed with any of them. None of that's real. And it's like, you can always see a reunion as possible if that person heals and you're looking at the divine masculine, or you're not. You're always asking about the person outside of me that's not healing and won't contact me. They love you. They want to reach out. They're stalking you. They're this, they're that. I was like, this is the same message you've been giving me. That's all of them. And you're getting it because some of them are still in the same energy. Has anybody reached out to me? Okay, then. It's like, you're not, that's dumb. You're not going to get any answer from the cards on my love life from there. Really? Yeah. But that's what they're doing. They're trying to see who I'm going to end up with. I might end up alone if this all works out well. No, just kidding. It's kind of funny to say. It's like you want something you already had. Believe it or not, you already had me in another life. That's what I told Bobby. It's like, bro, you already had me a billion times. Why do you keep doing this? Like, how much more do you want of me? And then he wants to make me feel bad because I want more. If you don't leave me alone, fucking projector. Really? Yeah, funny shit. All right, guys, so that's the twin flame. I haven't made a video about the twin flame journey in a long time, so I guess we did one of those. It's not funny. And again, why did I go to this concert? Because my heart told me to go. Reach out to your twin flame. He'll put you on the list. Oh, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I did. And that's what I told him. I wasn't expecting you to do it. I wasn't depending on it. I don't use you for this. But I didn't think you'd let me down either because I knew you would. You know what I mean? And that's like it. I don't know. I got plenty of them. And they're a family. And it sucks. It's like even when I get married, it doesn't change the soul connection. I'll still heal their souls. I'll still be trying to heal them, not to be in bed with them, not to replace you with them, but it's a commitment to that's what we're here to do, is heal each other. Even if I'm well healed, I can't leave it. It's part of the contract. The contract is no soldier left behind. And the way Russ is, you got to help me. I don't know what to do with this man, bro. You can't leave Lucifer on Earth. That's the whole reason that Earth sucks. His energy is we need to get it off the ground. Fucking talk about the oldest fucking energy. I mean, seriously, bro. If I can do it, you can do it. Can't you do this? Seriously. Just saying, it's not your responsibility to heal them. You just have to understand what this connection I have with these men is. And it's not intimate, but why it can be. If I stare at Lewis, I can get turned on. If I sit there thinking about how much I love fucking Marshall and thinking about hugging him, then I'll start thinking about kissing him and doing other stuff. I don't sit there fucking doing all that. It can be. I could see myself having a very great animated relationship with you if I thought about it, but I don't allow myself to think about such things. Really? No, I just redirect that, but that's what I mean. It's like, it's not about that. You don't have to compete with them. You have to accept this. Not them, they're not physically in my life, but you have to accept that these connections is what makes me powerful. As much as I hate them, the last thing I need is for you to hate them, because it just makes it worse, because sometimes I really do hate them, but mostly I don't. I don't hate the person. I hate the connection. Really? Yeah. The person, it fades. I don't really hate Russ. I don't hate any of them. I have a lot of admiration for what our kids. I wouldn't want this. I didn't. you want to say I didn't choose this, but I guess I knew this was going to happen. And before I got here, now experiencing it, I was like, this is a shit fest. When I use that word, and that's why I always say, don't talk about my twin flames. It's a very touchy subject. I love them with all my heart, but as soon as you bring them up, any of them, you're bringing up feelings that I don't want to fucking deal with. That's what they're made for. That's a whole pile of feelings. Don't bring them up. Or don't talk about them. I'm very touchy. Don't talk about my twin flames. It's very touchy. It's like talking about me. Really? Oh, yeah, and I'm very defensive about them too. Seriously, I mean, other than the fact that I'm always terrorizing Russ, I can terrorize him, but I don't think I'd let anyone else terrorize him because I'm always standing up for him. Somebody has to, right? Doesn't stand up for himself. Love you, Russ. All right, I'm gonna go. We'll talk about the paradigm shift, which is the new reality, and that's all it is. A paradigm shift is just changing the way you think, and now you're moving in a completely different reality, and your whole outside world starts changing just because of one thought. And I showed you that. That's what happened with seeing, seeing Brian. As soon as I saw him, I thought about how great this felt and how I'd like to have this feeling. And I said it, and then it changed. Before I knew it, I went from being, just kind of like solitary to like being in community again. It's just one thought can change your world. Yeah? Yeah. Hey, I love you guys. I'll catch you for the next one. Laters, haters. Oh, sorry. I gotta remember. We're gonna comments. Not all of them. There's always these Jesus ones. Using something about the background noise. Probably you guys. I don't know. Play games and stuff. You're probably hearing their phones and shit. He's playing his fucking. What are you playing? The PlayStation? She's playing her phone. Oh, he's playing the Xbox this time. Can you talk about chakras? I did a whole class on chakras. Go back. I did a whole class on 2 days ago on that. I don't know. I guess that's about it. We'll leave it at that. I wish you guys a good night. I'll see you for the next one. Laters, haters. Oh my god, 2 hours on twin flames. Yep, that'll do it.